Okay, here we go. Ta-da! We have it. He thinks the lobby isn't up yet for some reason. Lobby looks up to me. There you go. There was the transition. Thank you, Poop, for providing that. Very kind of you. Information's out. Did they tweet? There's another question. Did they cheat? He's in. Yay, he's in. Still missing one more. Destoria's in. Jackson. Probably. I don't think they tweeted. If they did, they didn't at me. No tweet. No tweet. So, yeah, I asked Tomb Raider if he wanted to join me today for the cast, and unfortunately he wasn't able to come and attend. And I thought, you know what? I haven't done a solo cast in a few weeks, and I'm all about doing some solo casts from time to time. I'm okay with that. By the way, oh shoot, am I in the right thing? Yeah. What happened to the thing? Oh, okay, it comes back. Does this disappear? This didn't reappear. This like disappeared. It didn't go on a rotate. I don't know if there's a way to do that. Is there a way to set it up so that it like restarts itself? I don't know. Yes, you're in for a solo cast, indeed. Chuck seems to be having a problem. Sorry, no, Chuck's the host. Wax seems to be having a problem with getting in and having the right mods. But I mean, Chuck or Wax, or I guess it's We4X or something. I don't know. He's a really good dude. He actually organizes the casters. He must have the right stuff. It's probably just an error. Maybe he needs to try it. I don't know what we'll do. Properties. Just answer all your questions. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Oh, loop. Here we go. Put it on loop. Okay, I've got it on loop. There we go. I think that actually does it then. I didn't know I had to do that. Okay. We're good to go. Here we go. The draft is on. Wait. So the map is Pangea. So they don't do the, I guess in the playoffs it's the home team that chooses since it's a best of 3. And so the map has been chosen as Pangea. Tim was messing around with Portugal earlier. Yeah, I was in there watching him. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I got. I got to about 2000 GPT myself, and just kind of called it. First ban off the board coming from Ulysse is Rome. No surprise there. Everybody saw me dominate with Rome the other day, last week. And they're like, we got to get these guys out of here because the meta's out. No. Rome's good Civ. I'm surprised at that ban, though, on a Pangea. Very interesting ban. Rome is strong, but I wouldn't say they're phase 1 banning strong. But anyway. Norway is the first ban coming out of the pyramids. So interesting stuff. Lej is the other one, by the way. I was correct there. Lej, Destoria, Ripper, and Chuck. Betrayed. I told Jack Byzantium or bust, and they've gone and banned them. Betrayed. I've been betrayed by Jack. He said he was going to do his best to get Byzantium for this game, and then his team goes and bans him. Clearly not his choice. If Norm was a Magic the Gathering card, he'd be a foil card. Is that a compliment? Is a foil card good? It's gonna be a hot. It's gonna be this weekend's gonna be off the charts. Foil mythic, dang. Dido, second man. So, banning all the navals. Banning all the navals. Is Pyramid. Well, not all the navals. Banning a couple of them. Interesting choice. I'm guessing they probably have some sort of a strategy where they want to go double naval, control the seas on a Pangaea, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, Portugal is banned by default, along with what did they say? What else was banned? Whatchamacallit is still auto banned. Vietnam, and then Babylon is still auto banned. Gaul off the charts. So with first pick, you start to get an idea like what are they going to do here? Maybe they're thinking like a Canada or Russia play. Would be interesting. Mali is still out there. I would think if Mali is there, they go first pick easy. So very interesting to see what the ban is here. There's gonna be a lot of really strong civs available, like Canada, Russia, Ethiopia, Mali, all sitting out there. Obviously, since we're playing on Pangaea, you've got your Mongols and your Zulus of the world, which are very, very strong. They're all sitting out there ready to be picked. So we're going to be interesting. Portugal on Pangaea not so strong? Portugal would still be fine. I mean, obviously you can't trade with anybody not on the sea, so that would be a bit of a hiccup. So Ethiopia is the last ban. Mali's sitting there. I'd be shocked if Mali wasn't picked here. Lej loves himself some Mali. He's sitting there. Why not take him? And see what happens. They'll have to protect him with something militaristically going on. I would imagine, considering they banned two navals, that they have a naval plan on the other side from Pyramid's perspective. So you would expect like maybe a Japan play, or maybe a late game Katarsia. They just want to get the big strong ones off the field. I don't know. Wow, Japan and locked in. Are we actually playing Pangaea? We are playing Pangaea, and Japan is locked in. So maybe they had a feeling that was coming. They saw the ban of the naval civs, and they thought, Japan's coming. Let's go. They want to pick Japan. Let's take it away from them. So you could see a Katarsia counter here, maybe. Oh, Coupe is the counter. This is very interesting picking. I'm really kind of interested in see what happens here. And Katarsia. So that was the play. They're coming at him. They went ban on Norway and Dido, and then they're coming back in with the Coupe Katarsia combo, and they want to own the seas. That's the play. I had a feeling when I saw those bans. I'm like, this is really weird. A lot of really powerful war civs available still. Mali is still sitting there. Be an interesting second banning phase as well. If you wanted to go double, you could go like a Vicky. Vicky would work okay against Coupe and Katarsia for timing, especially with Japan on your team. But they could probably just, well, you could see some banning of those civs in the next phase. So if you don't take them now, you could see the rest of them go. Wouldn't be interesting if Vicky, then the last four are all land war civs. Yeah. Oh, and they went, oh, interesting. So they went Lataro. really interesting pick strategies. I'm kind of like, wow, nutty. The band discussion is interesting over at Jack's. Some of it is hard because the French guys are talking a little fast for me with the accent. Oh, yeah, very interesting. I'm going to have to go back and watch and see their discussions. They were probably like, what are they doing banning all the naval civs on a Pangea? And then they probably freaked out and like, we better take Japan. So Mali is still sitting there. Canada, Russia, all still sitting there. Waiting to be enjoyed. Or banned in this case because it's banning phase. And then, of course, there's Zulus and the Mongolias of the world. There goes Russia off the board. Pyramid banning them. They get first pick next time. So maybe they're thinking ban Russia and maybe Canada slips through with their first pick. Or maybe they don't want either of them in the play. Germany's not a bad idea. With Gaul banned, Germany's not bad. The only thing is on Pangea, it's a little bit tighter quarters. That's even part of the reason why Mali's not that great of a choice as much as on some bigger civs because it's tough. Persia, fantastic civ. Really plays well on Pangea. Not surprised to see them banned by Ulysse. Pyramid's last ban of the game coming in hot in the next 40 seconds. Yeah, Germany gets a little bit of a nerf from BBG, but they're still good. They're still very good. They just don't get... They have to wait till guilds to get their extra district slot. Just to kind of give them a chance to not have like too much overpowering locking in of districts kind of stuff. But yeah. Interesting choices here. If this is a 3-game set, one of the other 2 games. Mongolia ban. Okay, so Canada's still sitting there. Mali's still sitting there. Zulu's still sitting there. You got to be careful because Pyramid gets the next pick, right? If you leave Zulu there and they take them, you're kind of in a tricky spot since Mongolia is off the board. You're really curious to see what they get for Jack. I mean, Hungary still sitting there. Jack loves Hungary, so it'll be interesting. Game 2 tomorrow, 2 hours earlier than this game started. So 22 hours after this game started, 22 hours from now-ish, 22 and a half hours from now, we'll be live. No, 21 and a half hours from now, we will be live with Game 2. Game 3, if necessary, will be on Monday. I believe at the same time as this game is starting. So, like, it'd be like 72 hours from now if it happens to go. And then, okay, so then, yeah, Black Queen's really strong on Pangea. So Canada's sitting there, Mali is sitting there, and then, of course, Zulu is sitting there. Those are the 3 civs you would think would get picked at some point here in the next 4 picks, maybe? Although I've been thrown for a loop a little bit with this. There's still naval civs available. If they don't want Japan by themselves on the water with Kupe and Gatarja, then maybe they go for another naval civ. So maybe Zulu. If Zulu doesn't get picked here, maybe you go Zulu. And then... Okay, so there's Tamiris. So then the war civs are coming at you. I'm surprised Zulu not picked yet. Like, I think Zulu's got to come down the pipe here. And then maybe Zulu... I don't even know. Zulu Vicky would be an okay mix. Lots of money to be made. We know that Jack would love some Zulu action. It's continents and islands, not Pangea. It says Pangea right here. Okay, no surprise there on Hungary. That'll be Jack Civ, I'd imagine. After the draft is over, I'm just going to let him know that... Because the drafting was weird to me. I'm like, why is all this naval stress? Continents and islands, this draft makes a lot more sense. You're from Leisure Stream? Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong. It says Pangea right there, right? I'm not blind. Like, I'm not losing my mind. It says map type Pangea. So when the draft is over, I don't want to influence the draft timing here. It says continents and islands on Leges? Okay. Maybe because I was in before those guys and it gotten changed after I got in here. So there's no surprise. A second naval, not a surprise, and then Matthias. I know. They forgot to change map and they had to restart. So very interesting choices. So yeah, I mean, Tamiris is an interesting choice. Zulu is still sitting out there. You've got two navals. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with another military civ here, like a Zulu. Matthias is strong. Hojo Litero is an interesting choice. Continents and islands. Well, I think what happened is maybe when I loaded into the game, I was like the second person in. And maybe it was still sitting on Pangea. Maybe check. Let me just check here. And so it didn't update for me. Yeah. And then Poundmaker. Okay. Coupe and Indonesia on the same team, indeed. And then Hojo and Victoria. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as the host has the right information, it doesn't matter what everybody else's information is. Secretly, it is Pangea and all others have the wrong map. Thanks for being here, everybody, by the way. Thank you very much for being here, guys. Interesting draft phase. It would have been good to have the proper map. When I was doing my analysis the whole time, I'm like, Pangea, why is these choices being made? And now it makes a lot of sense as to why these choices have been made. Let's go. Really excited to be casting this game. It was my first choice, and I got it, and I'm excited. We're gonna be doing at least 2 of them. 1 today, 1 tomorrow, maybe even a third. Could you imagine? Monday, game 3, winner take all. Loser goes home. That would be gross. So, lining up, Japan's for Admiral Control. They want Admiral Control here as best as possible, so they're putting the naval civs up top. Japan. I'd actually put Victoria above Hojo here, just because Victoria can have a little bit better early game with the naval dockyard being half price. They can kind of get the advantage. Interestingly, maybe I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't be the right idea. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's the order you want them in. Where's Jack? Jack's gonna play Victoria, interestingly enough, and Gandhi Destoria himself is gonna be on Hungary. That's a really big surprise. Jack Naval Sim Pog. I don't remember the last time I saw Jack play Naval. What? Destoria and Chuck Hazagi on Tamiris. The one true straight up military oriented civ. Tadoob, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Yeah, Jack can play it all, yeah. I just haven't seen him on them in forever. I mean, Jack's a very good player. He knows all the games inside and out. He'll be able to play them well, I'm sure. Be cool. He has really good first moves in that, so he'll be good on the sea as well. That's a big key on when you're playing with a lot of naval combat is who's fastest on the seas, if you will. Matthias is the main pick for Destoria. I have seen him use them before, but the last 3 times that Ulysse played and they drafted Hungary, Jack played them, including a game most recently where Jack held off a 3v1 and went back and then turned it around and actually went and killed CC with Hungary. He's a Hungary specialist. But Destoria, I have no doubt, will play him when playing well. It's going to be a good game. I'm actually excited about Continents and Islands, too. I was like, oh, Pangaea. Sometimes these have weird maps, and you never know. Sometimes on Pangaea, one guy gets left out on their own in a really tough spot, and they get crunched, and then the game kind of feels over from early. But Continents and Islands could offer a lot of interesting gameplay that we don't see quite often. Certainly won't be the giant sim fest that you see on like a Seven Seas or definitely on a Highlands map. So should be good stuff. And we're on our way. CWC loser match 1. Loser. So to give you guys an idea of how this is breaking out. So this is a lower bracket playoff best of 3. There's 2 upper bracket matches and 2 lower bracket matches. If you're in an upper bracket match and you win, you move directly to the semifinals. If you're in an upper bracket match and you lose, then you go to like kind of a quarterfinal action and you play a winner from a lower bracket match. Lower bracket matches, there's 2 of them. Losers go home and the winners go to that quarterfinal type action. So you're going to have 2 quarterfinals. The winners of the third lower bracket and the losers of the upper bracket will face off to determine the 2 players or the 2 teams that go on to the semifinals to face the original upper bracket winners. And you'll have the 4 teams. They'll play a best of 3. Winners move on to the finals. Does that make sense? Destoria plays a little bit of everything and fills the role most of the time. Yeah, he just takes the Civ that's left over a little bit. Yeah. Last Continents Islands map I played, it was just 2 Pangaea land masses. I will be interested to see the map. That's Australia, by the way. That's actually Australia. And I was correct. I should have said something. That's actually Australia. I should have said something, but you guys were all like, no, it says Continents and Islands on all their stuff. It's fine. Oh, Agathy, say something else and I'll give you permission. You tried to post something. It was probably the schedule. Exactly. Kinsho, you were 100% correct, by the way. That was actually Australia. You keep forgetting. Here we go. Let me get you a permit in here. Is it going to let me give you a permit? Just a second. Won't let me give you. Let me get paying attention here as well. It's funnier for you guys spectating, yeah. Let me see. It won't let me give you permission because it here. Everybody, people talk in chat. Ah, damn it! Just a second. Let me see if I can do it this way. Now he's not even in the channel. Agathy! It doesn't even let me see him in the channel. Rip Agathy. I didn't get a chance to Now it says Continents and Islands. "20-minute ban." I know. Well, 10-minute ban. It's the thing that sucks is that when I click on somebody's name to try and give them permission, the box that pops up is like below the bottom of the screen, so the options for like giving permission to people is out of the way. So I was waiting for chat to say stuff so that it would move up the chat far enough that the box would still be in vision, if that makes sense. And now Agathy has been... Let me see if he's back in the chat. There he is. Okay, now I can do it. Okay, just a second. Permit. Okay, Agathy has been permitted. Agathy, if you go now, I promise you, in the next 3 minutes, you will not be banned. Oh, I got to ready up. Sorry. I forgot that you had to ready up when you do the reload thing. He's gun shy now. He's like, you liar. I should have said something, but I was just like, if it says continents and islands for everybody else, then he must have changed it, and I was already the one in there, because I was one of the first people in. And I'm not sure if I'd have said something. Yeah, that link. What? Let me give you permission one more time because it's been a minute or two and I don't want to get you smoked. Here, Agathy, permit. Okay, so I've just permitted you again. So you should be really go. Here we go. This is a link to...
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beasts...
Oh, this is like to vote on who you think is going to win?
Taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your...
You can vote who you think is going to win on there. And then, yeah, it shows you the makeup of how the bracket works.
On towards the stars.
The upper bracket, lower bracket, and how that kind of works. Although this is in French, so if you speak French, GG's. Okay, so hopefully we don't get Australia again. Oh, you could. There's a link. You could change it. Oh, okay, yeah. Just change the FR and the link to EN. There you go. So it's gonna be interesting. Really big naval battles going on here. What's interesting is on continents and islands and having naval, you're gonna be able to meet everybody pretty quick. And Hungary can have a lot of control over the map by reaching across the waters, if you will, right? It's one thing to be on like a Pangaea or a Highlands or something and like controlling city-states, but you can like get onto the other guy's island or their continent with their city-state and just and come and harass. So that could be very, very advantageous if Destoria can figure out a way to make that happen. And then of course, interesting battle like Coupe. Gonna be really interesting to watch Coupe. Moondoggy, you missed Australia, buddy. You got to back up about 5 minutes in the stream. Gonna be really interesting to watch the pathing of Coupe and see. So that's the first thing we should do here. Continents and islands, and there is a lot of islands, folks. Lots of little islands. Ooh, who's gonna find that and rock it? Jack could be first to discover that. Very much likely to be the first to get after that. He's also got really easy city-state to kill here. Hong Kong will likely die pretty quick. He's got lots of space. Can even move over on this side. Here's another wonder. Coupe. Actually, if Coupe goes left, this could be really interesting. And they likely will. They're going to see this, and he's going to settle the honey. He's going to turn 2 settle the honey because he's seen this now. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how this interaction happens and who can discover this Giant's Causeway. What else do we... And this is also for him as well. Look at this. Maybe a second or third settle down here. Wow, this could be a huge, huge game for Pyramid with that look. Hungary with not a bad looking spawn, but not a lot of space, a little bit tight. But we'll be actually with Indonesia, be able to hit Indonesia really quickly. So this is a really tough spot for Indonesia here. Although they will have Korea support because Korea is over here. And Kree spawn looks pretty juicy. Potentially 4 cattle and camps in the cap is pretty solid. Nice sugar settle down here. Who are we missing? So Indonesia, turn 1 settle, 2-1 base, 2-2 tiles to work. They got a reef fish. They'll have a nice little combo here for campus and harbor. Who are we missing? So Scythia, not the greatest for Scythia. The Japan's there, but a long ways away. Japan's settle looks 2-2 base. They're going to have a reef fish. Very interesting. Another good settle out here, but it's a long ways away. Pretty good land. Got a wonder here. Good land here. Couple horses for Scythia. Grasslands gang going on here. Floodplains in here. Not a great looking spawn, but not terrible. Overall, it's very interesting. Jack has settled. He did not go to the 2-2 base because it was going to be pretty rough on tiles, it looks like. In place with the reef turtle and a 2-2. He's actually going to have 2 reef turtles in his capital. Of course, with Katarsia in the game, he's not going to be counting on the God of the Sea. Right into a scout. Right into a scout, of course. And builder first on Indonesia is not a surprise with the reef fish in play. In fact, 2 reef fishes, and they're going to get the fishing boat pantheon. So they're going to have a really turbo start with some 3-3 tiles really quickly. Going to be a very strong start for them. And like I said, they're going to need it. If they play this start, which they may not. They may not. Because Hungary's going to have to commit to the coast and does not have much land. I would say that this alone is pretty ugly. And my early vote would be that the remap comes in. I'm watching some YouTube ads. YouTube, baby. Let's go. How you doing, Moondoggy? Good day to you. It was Moondoggy. It was actually Australia. Like, it was actually Australia. Yeah, it's just not a good Hungry spawn at all. Like, I mean, unless everybody else absolutely loves what they see. They could settle in place, put a couple districts here. But there's just not, like, there's no settles here, right? There's 1 settle and then, like, no fresh water, so you're, like, coastal, non-fresh. I mean, this is, like, getting really close here. Like, they've got nothing. And it's not a technical, because you could settle, like, there's 1, 2, 3. There's definitely 3 cities you could settle within 5 tiles, so it's not a technical either. The only thing they didn't have was a Tasmania. They didn't have a Tasmania. Tasmania, it kind of went down and went into, like, a frozen tundra where Tasmania would be. You gotta go see it. Nothing I can do. You gotta go see it. Okay, so we're turn 2. And the things have flown. Ooh, Jackie boy. Free unit Pog. Where did Where'd he go? Over here. Wait a minute. Had he already moved last time? Okay, yeah, because he's got to settle the honey. But he was here. Did he not move? He must have been here and moved, and then now he's moved, and now he's going to settle. He got the first meet. He's met Hong Kong now. Jack getting to Hong Kong first will be important. This will be a settle right here. He'll be working a 1-4. It's not amazing, but 3 food base working a 1-4 is pretty sweet. He's got to get a settler out. He could come and settle the turtles maybe, although he doesn't know where the turtles are there yet. Scout next turn for Jack. Japan got their settle in here on the Mercury. They got fresh water. They're going to have a reef fish out there in that ring. Got a scout going. Mapuche was the one we hadn't gotten a good look at. Actually, Mapuche... Ooh, this is going to be really interesting action here. Mapuche doesn't have much for space, but what they do have is really nice looking land. Not much fresh water, but really nice looking land. Goody Hut for their scout. There's definitely going to be a meet here before turn 8, I would think, because the scout's going to pop. He's going to come here. Like, this is almost definitely going to be a meet. In fact, it's going to be a race to the Goody Hut. No, he'll win the race. Scout coming for Japan. Let's see if Jack went double scout. He did not. Jack's gone builder. Oh no, sorry, that's not. I keep thinking Jack's playing Hungary because Jack does Hungry things. He did go double scout. Jack loves double scout. He's headed to get the free unit, although he may not get it. Oh no, that's Cliff's, so he will get it actually, because he's going to go here. The scout will go here, here, here. It could be a shift enter battle for the free unit. If they marked it correctly, it's going to be a shift enter battle for the free unit. Hey, Lady Irwin, how are you? Kree Scout is out. I would imagine there was a purchase. Where's Katarja? Builder's out. Waiting for sailing technology. I'm surprised there's no scout buy here. I would have thought there was going to be an early scout buy after the builder first play. Maybe they're saving for a Kree scout, I guess. They have spent gold. No gold being spent. Maybe they're waiting for a builder. They have like 130 gold. Settlers out. Is he going to just do a really quick settle? Be interesting. Jack it's going to be a shift enter battle right here. They haven't met each other, but they're going to meet one another, and they're going to have a shift enter battle for the unit. I hope the game goes well also. I'm really excited about it. Settlers come in now for Jack. Going to be very interesting here. Who else is going settler? Settler in 5. Settler in 3. Settler in 2. So they went scout into settler. The meet has happened. They did get the Goody Hut. The Goody Hut was nothing special. I guess I missed what it was. Be interesting to see what they do here. And it's straight up shift enter battle. Malm. No, not Malm. Sorry. Firos against Jack on the shift enter battle for the free unit. Here we go. You guys ready? Oh, it's turn 8. Oh, it's turn 8. Okay. So I think it could be honestly, I think it could be a remap. Jack's not going to hate his life, but he's probably not going to like being this close to Maori. And if I had to guess, Hungary's spawn is just so bad that I think it's worth a remap. But it's best of 3. You only get one. Maybe you live with it. I don't know. Has anybody found Galapagos yet? We could check. Don't think so. Because Coupe kind of went more left, right? The A's have it. It's a remap from. We're not going to get our shift enter battle. Oh, and we're starting over. Bit of a slow start coming out of the gates here, but we're going to get there. Being anticlimactic. Yeah, the guy in Hungary's got Maori close and a shit spawn. Like, there was, you had to remap that 100%. You needed to remap it. Looks like there's a bug as well. Yeah, the Galapagos turtle was pretty gross. No, it was the wrong. They had the wrong map. I was seeing it as Pangea, but everybody else was in the chat saying, "Oh, I'm in Jack's stream. It says Continents and Islands. I'm in Leisure's stream. It says Continents and Islands." I'm like, okay, I guess I see the wrong thing. And then they launched it, and it immediately showed Australia. I'm like, that's not Continents and Islands. And so they immediately had to remap or like reload it because they had their own map. So there's only one remap for the playoffs, or do they get one for each best of 3? All right, so once again, Relobby Simulator. I'll be editing the first edition of this. Normally, I like to just cut it out of the VOD, but I'm gonna have to send it into a video editor and cut out a lot of this. I don't have to cut it all out, but I'll cut out a little bit of this shenanigans. Yeah, one per best of 3. But if you make it on in the playoffs, then you would get into another best of 3, get another potential. Ulysse used the remap. Yeah. The Continents and Islands make no sense. I was just like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, it was in Continents and Islands. Oh, interesting. So, Lej is asking if it is possible to swap civilizations between players now that they're doing a remap. I would think the answer is no. You know what's funny? I always read We4X as Wax, but I'm not 100% sure. I think does he go by We4X maybe? You have to check. Yeah, I'm not sure about the answer to that, Lady Arween. For those of you wondering, Lady Arween is one of the organizers of the tournament. So she would be one of the people to have that discussion with. The answer is no. Wait, what? So you vote in no consensus, you lob in token to break deadlock? No. You get a vote. So like there's any simple majority wins. So there's 4 votes per team, so 8 total votes. If one team votes for a remap, then you remap. If both teams vote for a remap, then you remap, but they both lose their token. You get to vote for a remap once in total, no matter what the other team does. The answer is, but I'm assuming the lady you're talking about, the answer is no to being able to remap, right? Or to change civs. Because my guess is that they were considering the possibility of having Jack switch to Hungary, and maybe Destoria plays Victoria or something. Yeah, the answer is no. I kind of figured the answer was no, but like once you launch that first game, I don't think you would be able to. It's called a simple majority, Edmund. A simple majority. Al Passionot. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. We're going to get this game going, I promise. Now watch there being another remap. I understand if after they remap, they can switch between them Civ. I don't know. Wax is saying in the Discord that the answer is no. I'm not sure if you're like logged into Discord right now and you can see the conversation. That is, yeah, you believe it's not allowed. Yeah, we've already been in a map, played 8 turns, and then the only reason why we're re-lobbying is because somebody had an error. So I don't think there's any reason why you would be allowed to do that. But nobody's readying up right now, so maybe they're waiting on a more official answer. I don't know. Lej needs to pick his team. Wait, what? So Lej is on Japan. Yeah, this is alright. Pyrex. Okay. This is just the wrong team, but other than that, yeah, there you go. Looks like everything's ready to go. Yeah, Wax is in the game. I keep saying I'm gonna just keep calling him Wax. Everyone's gonna start calling him Wax. Is in the game as a caster, and he is one of the organizers as well. So whatever he decides is okay. But my opinion is that you shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah, I would think you wouldn't be allowed to. I don't know if there's an actual written down answer that says no, but yeah, certainly Wax is. You're just a common viewer today. Jack's back now, yeah. Stick to pulling Norm up on pronunciations of Australian places, names, and music references. Yes. If you want to try and get me on the pronunciation of Australian places and on music references. Moondoggy knows what it's all about. Oh, you've got a migraine. Well, I hope it feels better. I don't get migraines, but I get some pretty tough headaches sometimes, and it's not fun. Jack's team's trying to talk to him, and he's at his desk. That's pretty common.
From the first
That's a pretty common occurrence.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Did you enjoy casting my Woolamulu? Woolamulu? I pronounced it a couple times. I don't know if I was doing it right, but Woolamulu. It was fun. Moondoggy, I wish you would have worked more food tiles so that the people of Woolamulu didn't starve. But other than that, offer him gold, he'll soon reappear, and yeah, no doubt. So it's remap o'clock, and it looks like we're going to get another look at another map. So away we go. Yeah, you'll receive the weirdest compliment ever now. Ooh, how intriguing. Your voice is the only one that I am being able to hear right now. That doesn't make it worse. Well, hello. Lady Arween, I do hope that your headache gets better. And that's quite the compliment, I will say. Thank you. I'm not much for the what is it? ASMR. As soon as I start talking really like slow and seductress like that and that ASMR type thing, after about 3 seconds I feel really absurd and then I just stop. You don't know why, but it is quite pleasant. Well, I'm happy to be here for you. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Game of the Week. Wow. Hello, Spawnitis right here. Cocoa Island. Let's do it. That will be very settleable for Lej, who's got a reef fish and fish. Really nice. Ooh, wow. Japan God Spawn right here. An actual Japan God Spawn for Lej. And lots of room and lots of good settles around him. So he's got a big advantage early. Although he will have to deal with Cree to his south. So this is going to be interesting. Cree, 2 camps, and no pastures. Nothing but hills, though. Holy cow. Temple of Artemis, please. Oh, he does have a pasture here, but no horse. Temple of Artemis o'clock right here for Cree. That is like nothing but hills. Holy cow. You could settle up this way if you wanted, although you wouldn't want to settle on the coast with Japan there. Some good cities in here. Oh, wow. Going to be a party. Chuck's over here as well. So Cree is not going to like their situation. If they see both of them, this is like Cree is in a really tough spot right now. So far, first thing we see. Chocolate Hills o'clock. The only way to get to Chocolate Hills is to come all the way in here and settle this. Look at that Chocolate Hills. That's the trolliest Chocolate Hills of all time. That's hilarious. You might not ever find it. This might never get found. We should do a poll. Does Chocolate Hills get found this game? Because the only way to find it is to walk all the way in here. Or I guess if you ever settled like this, then you would see it, right? You'd have to settle this tile is the only way to see it. And you could, though. You could settle this, and then you could settle that. You might get it. Yeah, Granada would find it, probably, and whoever gets first twos of Granada would be able to see it, I guess. So let's take a look anyway. Let's keep going. Holding the fires. Oh, and they didn't set up. Oh, Lady Arween. When they remapped, or when they re-lobbied, they didn't set up the names at the beginning this time. Not nearly as strong of a start. If he goes, he'll probably go right, because he's going to see this, right? So he's going to probably come in here and settle, and it's not very good land until he gets to here. Then he's actually going to have a kind of his own land to himself, which is actually pretty good. And then Guitarja's over here as well. That's his teammate. Guitarja's spawn, not as good as last time, but does have some fish and a 2-2 base. Not too shabby. Yeah, he's going to have lots of islands to work, and then it's going to be an immediate battle against Jack. Jackie's going to do a 2-1 base, but a 3-2. He's going to have a reef here, so he can get a campus. He can do like a campus harbor setup. Like that. Could settle the orange. Be a nice orange settle. You could buy the dyes. Get a Pantheon. If he ever finds that. Wow. Yeah, look at this. Talk about covering the pass. 2-2-3 base. What is that? How come I cannot see what that is? 3 gold. City center, building palace. What? How come I can't see it? Where does it say diamonds? Oh, there it is. Requires mining. Oh my god. I'm looking down here by the resource layout. My bad. Look like an idiot, Mark. 2-2-3 base with a 3-2 banana. That is pretty godly. I'll be alright. Don't tease me. I'm sorry, chat. Much better start for Destoria, and he's going to actually be close to Indonesia again, but this time we'll actually have the potential to compete. 2-2 with a 2-2 culture base. Pro streamer, everybody. Pro streamer. +4 campus. Look at this, by the way. Potential for districting across the river is phenomenal for Destoria. He's got a much better spawn now. 3-2 banana he can get out to, but you're going to work the 2-2 culture and expand your borders without money. So that's no problem. The builder's out first once again for them. And then Scythia down here, a pretty average, maybe a slightly above average Yosemite. Really bad expands. They will be able to probably go on the water with the neighbors they have. First settle for Coupe is in on, what was that, turn 5. Couple of 2-3 tiles, not overpowering. Not an overpowering start for them. They're gonna have to find. They're not gonna find a lot of really good settles, honestly. It'd be interesting to see how long till these guys meet. Jack's got a couple of 3-2 bananas. He's gonna find his horses, and he's probably gonna go. I wouldn't. Well, because Navy Naval, he probably wants something like War and Plunder or something like that. We'll see what happens. Hey everyone, David Lower, how you doing? Kind of finally catching one of these live and in person. Let's go. So settler in 4 for Japan, Cree settler in 5, double scout on Mapuche. Jack double scout because that's what he always does. He loves getting himself some information. Yeah, really not the greatest spawn actually. I mean, it's about as if you're on Ulysse team, this is about as bad a spawn as you could hope for your rival Maori to have. So very interesting stuff. The builder's going to be out, waiting one more turn for sailing tech, then they can come and do the things. Settler now in 5, settler in 4. 2. So this is a much different map than the last one we had. This is much more of like 2 big continents and a couple little islands here and there. The one before was like insane. It was like a couple of pretty big land masses and then a ton of islands. Settler in 3, settler in 4. Still no scout buy in here is very interesting, by the way. The lack of a scout buy, maybe they just get it in to escort, but like what information do they really have at this point about where to settle? They have a 2-2 with a crab, so this is a good settle. They just don't have a lot of other good tiles in range. They got some out here. This is a pretty good settle though, so that's fine. It's not too bad. And it's time to see if we play this map. $50 to anyone who goes to Jack's stream and names a city Arween's best CWC referee. I mean, I've easily got enough of the monies to do it. Hungary can be a very insane pick on this kind of map. I agree, Agathy. Hungary can do a devastating work on a map like this. Jack's team drafted badly? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so at all. I wouldn't have picked Mapuche, but considering the bans that came in, I thought they did very well for getting a couple of good naval civs. And then I love Hungary on this map. The Nays have it. We're gonna play it. Here we go. Yeah. I thought Japan was a fantastic pick. There's the 3-2. Fishing Boat Pantheon is in the house. Jack's triggered about having to play Vicky. I mean, they didn't have much choice, though, because of the way that the bans happened from Pyramid. They kind of got stuck where there's only 3 good civs left. Like 3 good... Well, there was 4 good naval civs left. And they got their first pick. They went Japan. And then it was Gatarja and Maori back, leaving Vicky as the next best, right? So the drafting was well done by Pyramid to block them into that. I'm not surprised that Jack's not happy about it. Jack is not a big naval fan, and certainly not a big fan of Settlers out of Japan. Right into another. I like it. The meet has happened here, so they'll be able to put some pressure on. The Cree Scouts can help defend them very well here, but they're going to have to stay off the coast. They're going to have to basically walk this way. It'd be interesting to see what they've seen. Like at this point, like I'm surprised no Cree purchase as well. Like I'm not sure what they've been spending money on, but like Cree Scout, go figure out where to settle, because they can't settle up here. I mean, they can come and settle the cotton if they want, but I wouldn't want to settle cotton on the coast like this against Japan right there. Jack bought a settler? Where? Where's Jack? They did buy Jack a settler. I'm not surprised by this, and I'm going to tell you why. I bet you any money... Oh, no, he did go God King. Or, yeah, he did go God King. Okay. I was going to say they might have seen this and said, settle the orange, buy me the 2-2-1, and I'll go urban planning. But this is a fantastic settle. A fantastic early settle to get out. And so they saved up and bought a settler. But on the other side, though, with Pyramid, I don't know why... I don't know why you wouldn't want to buy a scout here. Like, he's going to go builder and he's not going to have anything to protect the tiles? This is a huge Artemis play here, by the way. What are they teching? Archery, yeah. So they're going to go Artemis here. He's going to get the camp up. And it's he'll probably try and get Goddess of the Hunt and Artemis o'clock for him. He's going to just settle in place right here. Right on the culture. Work the 2-2s. Extremely difficult. You can't push this city at all. Against Japan especially. It's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. What else do we got going on here? We're going to check out some things. So Settler's out. Blocking here. Excuse me. Settler. Jack's got a Settler going. He went double scout, of course. He'll be able to turn this scout around right here. Jack's got a lot of room inland, but that's really kind of like Mapuche can come and take a lot of this. Settle a little bit this way, because there's actually some really nice cities here. And then work towards double teaming Cree with Japan. He can back settle a little bit. Tons of good campuses, by the way. +5, +4, +4. +4, like lots of really good camping. Hoochie's gonna have a big game. I can see it now. Chuck's finally getting a good spawn. He's been tortured by his spawns lately. He's gonna have something good. I could just see it. Jack found Crater Lake. I keep going over here to Hungary. Crater Lake. Oh, up here. Okay, gotcha. I didn't see Crater Lake. So let's take a look at the city-states here before we get too much further in. 3 science city-states, including Anshan. Whoa. Very interesting. 3 religious city-states. Not a lot of religion in the game, though, honestly. Like, Japan could go religion, and that's about it. That's the only ones. But really incentivized to go half-price holy sites on Japan with 3 religious city-states in the game. Only the 1 cultural. I don't see a single gold city-state in the game. So gold's going to be a little bit of a premium here for the commercial hub harbor builder types, which will be lots of in the game. 3 military and 3 science and 3 religious. Johannesburg. Ooh, where's Johannesburg? Interesting. How do I go to them as a mod? I don't know if I can. Anshan is dead. You're right. Anshan will die. Jack will obliterate Anshan very quickly. Let's take a look at that, actually. Which city-states will die and how soon? There'll be galleys coming out before long. Jack straight into a monument here in the capital. I like this. It's going to be quick stats for Jack. Second settle here. Still not great. Still not great. Another settler's out. He's not going to have a turbo city at all. But yeah, Jack's going to want to get galleys out very quickly. He'll kill this. And then he could also settle something like this as well. So he'll be able to get some like 4 cities. He's going to get another city up here. Oh yeah, he's got really good settles all along this coast. And then what he can actually do, he settles this. And then he could settle like the lake here. Look at that. Settle this. And then like settle the maze or something down here. Something like that I would think he would do. Little triangle. And then you could settle this as well. Eventually go inland if you have to for more settles. Mapuche got his second city out. Settler and then another coming. Galleys coming very quickly. Settler is just basically, I don't know what they saw, but previously they got another scout out. I don't know if they're just walking blind here for a settle. No, they actually came out here. Finally. Show continents on Wiki? Yeah. They'd have to settle this to get a new continent, which would mean they'd have to fight. They have to fight Coupe over it. Settler buy for Jack is really big tempo here. Still no second city down for Cree, and I walk in a long ways to get it. Really slow on Cree. And then another settler. And they've gone pasture. And I don't know what they're doing with the builder here. I'm not sure why they're not working the camps and getting Artemis going. That was an easy Artemis play in my books. Extra slingers looking to defend an early pressure from Hungary. This settler came from here. They're going to what are they going to settle here? Are they going to go here? Or are they going to go here? Either way, really good cities on Hungary. Destori's got to be loving his life right now. Coco, 2-2 bases everywhere. Got a nice wonder settle here. Guitars are going to be under a lot of fire. Scythia's going to have to come to the rescue here with a quick game. And does not have great land, to be honest with you. Good settle here. Will work well for him with the early stats. But, yeah, not good settle choices beyond that. You're going to want Floodplains Pantheon almost. Just to get some of these settles cooked a little bit. Jack going to find Chocolate Hills, maybe. Yeah, he'll have seen it. He's seen it. He's seen it. He'll step on the hill to see what else he sees. He'll see that it's a dead end and turn around. But yeah, he'll want to come and settle that. Or what he could actually do is he could just make the choice to settle this and then buy out to the tiles. Although he wouldn't be able to reach that one. This is a fine settle, though, honestly. It's a long journey, maybe like your 5th or 6th city. You come and settle this. You can build your harbor and a campus. Perfectly fine settle. I would imagine he'll come and do it. I'd be shocked if he didn't. Yeah, so he'll have seen all this now. Hey, Cedrix, what's going on, buddy? Just arrived. How's it going? Yes, remap token was used by Ulysse. They had Destoria on Hungary in a terrible position. And they remapped, and now Destoria is loving his life. 2-2 base capital with 2-2 culture and a 3-2 banana. 4 campus. Lots of places to put districts across the river. Really nice expands. Really nice expands. Really nice expands. And then forward pressure directly onto Naval Civ. So, Destoria. Orange juice, good to see you. Could settle hills on the east of lake and get all the wonder. Ooh, force fire. No, you can't get. The only way to get all the wonder is settle here, or you can't settle the maze because it's too close to Granada. The only way to get the whole wonder is settle this, or I guess you could settle if you wanted to non-fresh on the dies. But yeah, if you settle over here, you're not going to get this tile. You won't get these tiles. It's Train 18 more. Congratulations. Wait, did Falcon get partnered? Wait a minute. Falcon, did you get partner? Dude. Well, I appreciate it, orange juice. Pressure coming here on Japan. Galleys are out. Second settler coming. Are they just going to settle the water and say to hell with it, or what? He is a pretty big deal. He is a pretty big deal. He only streams to big crowds now, is what I heard. Let's check out what's going on here with Maori. 3 cities. Pretty slow tempo on Maori, all things considered. Apparently they took 1 day to decide yes. That's incredible, dude. You applied for the lols and you got it. I didn't even know you would have had the average 75 viewers. I know you've had some big games. I know that you've had big games with when you've done some broadcasting and stuff, but considering you don't really stream all that much, yeah, I'm so that's fantastic, dude. Congratulations. Better luck than I had. Better luck than I had. Oh, interesting. Jackie got thrown up on. Oh, Jackie got thrown up on, and now he's got a casual 5 food base city. They bought him a settler, by the way. Bought him a settler. Norm runs a hot path and opens a couple of her heads of red. Yeah, we won't get into the dilemmas and the problems that I had trying to get partnered on Twitch. Interesting. +3 campuses. You'll have to keep the jungles. Yeah, I mean, this is a long ways out. You want to get them up quick. This is a +4, but yeah. You don't know if they're expanding partners or what, but you're shocked. Yeah, I had the first time I applied, I had average viewer base of about 125 concurrent, streaming 6 days a week. Oh, wow. And they said no. after waiting 3 or 4 weeks for an answer, they came back and said no. I applied again, and they said no again, and then I stopped trying. Really interesting moves on the settler. I'm curious what they're going to do here. Yeah, Southbricks is a very high-level Civilization 6 multiplayer person. Apply now. Oh, I'd never get it right now because I play too many other games where I have like 20 or 30 viewers. My average concurrent viewership right now is like 35 or 40 because I play games where I don't get viewers. Southbrick, aka Falcon, is on PP Patrol. He's a former Civilization World Cup champion, and he plays in the upper bracket later today. They play 2 games Sunday, I think. No, tomorrow and 2 games Sunday, maybe. In game, he's known as Falcon. Yeah. Yeah. I would have been happy to do your guys' games, but I was not getting up at 6 a.m. to stream 2 games on Sunday. It just wasn't happening. By the way, as if things weren't getting any better for Hungary, Pog Champ. Professional backstabber. Yeah, Hungary's getting fed. Hungary is getting fed right now. A couple pastures up. I can't believe... Okay, they are going Artemis, finally. Finally going Artemis. The builder was down here at one point. I'm like, what are they doing with the builder down here? Finally going Artemis on this ridiculous capital. Holy cow. It is literally nothing but hills. Well, okay, not literally, but... this thing is disgusting. This capital alone will keep him alive against Japan. Really interesting here. Increase 4 turns out of Artemis. Jack with another settler going. Good tempo. Galleys out. He must have just got these built. Looks like Royal Navy dockyards built in every city. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot. Wait a minute. Was I looking in the right spot or not? Yeah, he must have just got them built because the Admiral points haven't started yet. What else are we missing here? So builders coming in here. Campuses will be good online here. He's got really good campus options in more expand, so he's going to have really big science on Mapuche. And Kree's going to be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. I don't like Kree's game outlook at all. I also don't like Katarja's outlook at all with the way Hungary's going to look on the spawn. And really just kind of average-looking land, or below-average-looking land for Mapuche. Or sorry, Mapuche. For Maori. So, things are looking pretty good for Ulysse right now. I would imagine Anshan dies to a couple of galleys. Here comes one more. So 3 galleys kills Anshan. More tempo for Jack. As if getting purchased a settler by his teammates wasn't enough. David Flower bought the game last month. Yeah, you're a good place to be. Moondoggy, thanks for the links. You're in the right place to learn. Thank you, Cedric. Norman's a great guy and has done some coaching recently on YouTube and one of the best Civ players. You can learn from that. Thank you, Falcon. That's awful kind of you, buddy. I still got some learning to do. Still got some getting betters to do. The problem is he needs to protect his land from this here. But he does want to go and kill this as quick as he can. Still got some learning to do, but I'm doing my best. Doing my best. Yeah, this is super high level. The highest level of Civ you can get played on. Hey Hackbert, anyone free sim? I mean, Hungary's free sim and able to pressure naval at the moment. Scythia's free sim back here. We'll see what they can get done. Korea's on the front lines against a couple of civs. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. Jack's got a pretty good piece of land here, but he is going to have to compete on the water with Maori. So, going to be a very interesting game. Very interesting map. Going to be a lot of fun. See what happens here. What Roy Doc CWC games are we on? Roy Doc? What? It's 1090 BC and I have 6 trade routes with Zhao. Yeah, why so few? Ooh, interesting. Little blockage. Little settle blockage here. It's going to hurt your tempo. Third city's still not out. And it's going to be a while before you can push through that. To be honest with you. This warrior's going to have to come 1, 2, 3, 4. You're probably 6 turns from settling that settler at least now. Like 6 turns. You'd almost want to... Oh, there's nothing down here to settle. Firosos lag. +4 campus coming for Hungary here. Good to see that down quickly. When this regrows, these tiles are just going to be gross. Look at these tiles. Like, just buy me a settler, boys. Just buy me a settler. Oh my goodness gracious me. You'd almost want to go to here as Hungary so you could put a couple districts on these tiles and save all of this, right? Because if you settle this, first of all, you're going to lose the hill. You're going to lose the tree, so it's only like a 3-2 base. But if you settle this, then you got to lose all these tiles for your districts. Whereas you settle this, you can get this. Yeah, you'd almost want to go all the way here to settle, I think. Sorry, the CWC games are we in? This is the first round of the playoffs. This is lower bracket qualifying. There's also upper bracket qualifying going on this weekend. Best of 3 action. Winners of the lower bracket get to move on to play the losers of the upper bracket. Losers of this series and the other lower bracket series are in big trouble. Big trouble. They got that settler down. We knew they would. We could tell just by it was a warrior. So by the time it stepped here, he was here, and then it could never get there to get him. Artemis next turn. That city's going to be poggers. Archers coming off to protect their land. The pillage is already in here, though. Let's look at Pantheons. God of Open Sky here for 1, 2, 3 fairly early pastures. Not great, but you know, little culture boost early is nice. Jack did get War and Plunder as I predicted, although he was probably just crying about not going Open Sky because of 2 pastures, because we know how Jack is with those. Turbo City, he's going to need a granary in here so they get, because he's got all this food and no housing to fit. Yeah, settled here. I would like to see like a settle up here and then a settle on this lake and then something into here maybe and then settle back the river. But I'd imagine this settler... We'll see. Maybe he just goes to... See, he can't settle the maze. This is very vulnerable. Maybe he settles... I don't know. I kind of wish he would settle that, to be honest with you. Get a quick trade route into that city and it'll grow big. So upper level, if you win the upper level, for instance, Falcon's upper level right now. If you win in the upper level, then you move on to the semis. If you lose, then you play a winner from the lower bracket, and then you have to win that series to move on to the semifinals. So it's kind of a double elimination setup for the upper bracket, whereas the lower bracket has to just wait. Once again, wait, he took off. Interesting play by Destoria there. He could have held that settle up. I guess he saw this come along. He saw this come along, and I guess he thought, I don't want to lose it. But he could have waited at least one more turn. Maybe he just wouldn't have gotten away, though. Gonna get a goodie hut out of the deal, though. Nice when you can come all the way this direction like this, and there's a goodie hut right between the two capitals of your opponent, and you can find it before them. Yeah, let's keep going. Obviously, Open Sky, we talked about. Earth Goddess on really nice land, especially down here. Not bad. Pretty average cities for Scythia, but yeah, Earth Goddess here, and of course, God of the Sea. Coupe's got City Patron, which will help him with quick harbors. Jack, we know, went War and Plunder, which is going to be huge on England. We got Fertility Rights, so a quick builder for Japan. Hunt, as we suspected, was the case down here for the camps. Nice quick boost for him. His city's going to be turbo with Artemis in there now. Getting a bunch of archers. He's just going to have to go into full defense mode, try and get his science up, get the crossbows, figure out a way to live. That's his job for the day. There will be a grand finale. Yeah, the league settings already happened. There was 12 teams originally. My team, Zone of Control, was eliminated in the original bracket phase. And 8 teams moved on. We're now in the second phase, essentially, which is the bracket phase. Let's check out Admirals. England 6 a turn. Maori 1 a turn. Yeah, Jack's just cleaning up on the Admirals now. Maori's trying to get caught up. City Patron Goddess will help him. But right now, he's just killing it. What else is he doing? He's even getting his 5 turns on his lighthouses. And he's also, yeah, look at this. He's taking this down. We knew this was coming. This is an easy takedown here. Lots of tempo for Jack right now. Lots and lots of tempo for Jack as we see him take out Anshan, get down the harbor. 4 turns for the half price Royal Navy Dockyard. He can buy a 2-2 in here. I'll be surprised if he doesn't buy a 2-2 in here, actually. He's working the 1-2-1 right now. I don't know why he doesn't buy a tile. He should be buying a tile in here. Not a big deal. It might have just happened, so not a big deal. Got an early Moksha in the capital for the big culture. Trade route. He got a trade route heading to Granada to help the speed of this settler, which is really nice. Really smart strategy. Also helps with gold. I guess he's planning on settling just something in here, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for the follows, everybody, by the way. The biggest carrier. What's going on, carrier? The biggest carrier. Good to see you. Thank you for the follow, bud. Design is a good idea. Good to see you. And Zhao Zhao, thank you very much for the follow as well. So Jackie, they buy him a settler. He finished 3 Royal Navy dockyards first turn, or on the same turn. Now he's going to finish 3 lighthouses the same way. He's going to clean up the early admirals. Bon to the jour, mon ami. Good to see you. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for being here. Galleys are up here, so we've got a lot of galleys out as well. So he's going to help control the waters. Actually trying to run a project here, harbor shipping project, to try and not die to all the admirals that Jack's going to clean up here. The biggest here, an enjoyable cast, nice to see. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. You're AFK. You have tech shuffle and no galleys yet. What? Unlike some other casts we won't mention. Plus. Okay, so Jack, so this was the settle I wanted him to do. Maybe he is going to do that. He just took the road and he's coming around because it was a little bit faster than all the hills, I guess, probably, yeah. This is the settle I wanted him to do. And then he settled something kind of mediocre down here later. So I like to see that he moved up here. Probably like a 6th or 7th settle, I would think he would come up and grab this. And then, like I said, he can cover the... There's lots of nice settles open here as well. Just no harbors for them. I would imagine he'll want to settle this in here as well. And... something in here as well, you know? Control the ocean. Lighthouse is in 3. There's no way he has the veterancy card yet. That's only turned 31. By the way, let's check out Golden Ages. I forgot all about checking. Everybody got their Golden. Interesting. What's the yield on Tamiris? 11 gold. Ooh, let's see what do you think, chat? Chat. What do you think? 50 faith. 11 faith to turn. Monumentality. Tamiris. What do you think? Falcon, give me your opinion. Carrier, let me know. What do you think about that? Pen brush, free ink, and pen brush. Interesting. I always feel like I always feel like pen brush is better on Guitarja to go get your Zhongs quicker. I don't know why people go free ink on this so much. I think you go get your Zhongs is the play there. But what are you gonna do? Pen brush, free ink on Jack, no surprise there, and then free ink on Japan as well. Okay, I like the free ink call on Jack here with Victoria. You've got your early culture with Moksha that'll carry you, and you're going to get big science out of this. His yields are going to be really nice. 22 and 19 already. And as he gets more of these done, there's another 2 and 2 there. Yeah, he's going to settle that, get his harbor in here. He got the first one, +5 combat strength, promotion. Okay. Maori did a project. Maori went and did a project to get to here. And this is the second worst one. I tried to play Scythia Monumentality, but you need good Pantheon. Yeah, it's rough. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, Carrier, yeah. At 10 to 15 faith a turn, that's just not enough. Then you're using up all the faith that you could be using to buy horses. Like, I don't know. Just... I mean, it's not like he has, like, really big things going on, you know? I remember watching Falcon. You played a Scythia game maybe a month or so ago. I think it was you. Where you had just a bunch of disgusting Kurgans. Like, just, like, ridiculous, like, 10 or 15 of them. But yeah, with Earth Goddess not being as good as it was, yeah. Ooh, interesting. 4 cities, none of them good on Maori. Really, really sucky game for Maori, I feel like, comparatively. The lighthouse has come in, and then he'll be earning 9 points a turn. He's at 8. How did he get to 8? Oh, because this one finished. Okay. God of... Yeah, like this is just... Yeah. Work in the 2-3. He can work into 1-3s. Probably get a trade route. A food trade route in this city would be really valuable right now. He's going to have the trade route capacity very soon. Get some food into this city, and that city's going to rock with all these tiles. Lighthouse coming on. Like, Jack's just all in, just going and getting it. Campus. Okay, so audience chamber going in for Coupe. Jack doesn't know what to do with this. With his, did he put it down? He did. Yeah, Gov Plaza is down, by the way, and it's on iron, so that'll get him iron real quick. He can go into a campus here, so it'll help a campus. Oh, there'll be campus there. So this is actually, don't go telling him, but this is actually a pretty good Gov Plaza. He's going to get a couple really juicy campuses out of it with the the reefs. Yeah, actually a pretty good setup for him. And then he could even put in a couple more districts, or another district here as well. So it'll work all right for him.